Dante got into it, making the news again. Our very own Dante James from Verbal Riot Show got into it with Matt Walsh from the Daily Wire. He says,
love it.
Dante says, I appreciate what Ben Affleck said on Joe Rogan, but I'm betting on AI. And this video, this
slaps everything he sees.
is insane here. This is insane.
What's next? Slap.
Bring it down.
Life already slapped you once. So stop living like a scared little bitch.
This looks good.
Hope you're okay, honey.
I slapped the out of him.
This looks, I would watch this movie, Stonehand.
Dude, I would pay money to watch this film.
Everybody
I would watch this in a hot second.
But okay, that was all AI. All right, that was AI. But what Matt Walsh said, he goes on, he says, Matt Walsh says this, he quote tweets Dante, which Verbal Riot Show, follow him. I hope you got some new followers for that, Dante.
I got a few.
I was going to say, did you say thank you to Matt Walsh for...
Yeah.
for
I will later today on my show.
He says, this is total shit, and you must have shit for brains. If you're at all impressed or entertained by it, the world is now separating into two camps. On one side, the slop-eating, brainless serfs who will be satisfied to sit at the trough and eat whatever garbage their AI overlords feed them as they slowly become as soulless and mindless as the algorithm they worship. And on the other side, those who will not be numbed into submission and will remain human at all costs. In the not too distant future, this may be the only dividing line that matters anymore. I'll just say this. It's coming whether we want it or not. It'll probably be in children's entertainment.
Yeah, but no, Chris, read the comment I left under that though, under his.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put that back up and let's see. Let's put that back up. What did you say? Why don't you read it in your voice? Here, it says, Matt, you of all people should be the last person to comment on entertainment where the pulse of cinematic culture is. You have condemned anime, video games, and every other fandom. You're not the guy to have this discussion of the future of film with. Sorry. Let me like that comment. That's great. You should quote tweet Matt and say that. So,
I mean, look, I'm going to talk about it later on my show, but I feel like Matt Walsh, he's very good at what he does, and I think that he's smart when it comes to the things he knows. Right. When it comes to any of this stuff, though, man, I think he should keep his name out of the ring because he's usually out his mouth with stuff.
Well, and I think there's this. I think people just don't understand a lot of times what AI means or in the conversation or what they think the future of entertainment will go with its use, because AI is just a tool and it is not sentience. You need humans to use the tools to create art. And with any new technology, there's always been this pushback of whether or not it should be used within or be considered for awards recognition. Like, I'm pretty sure Andy Serkis was snubbed for his role as Gollum specifically because they weren't considering motion capture as a legitimate means for an actor's performance to be considered for recognition. I think I researched that, but I'm not sure. So
no, you're absolutely right.
But
you're definitely right.
Yeah. So and what we saw before, what we're seeing right now with the garbage from studios that we just saw with Starfleet Academy, which I couldn't even tell if it was real or not when it came to parodies, but that other video that was made by a fan, clearly, it depends on who's using it, and audiences will be able to tell if a piece of art, whatever tool that you're using to do it with or to create it with, is used with sincerity and true artistic integrity. So I don't know. I felt something enjoyment when I watched that Star Trek AI video. So yeah, it just depends on who's using it.
Well,
I
what
Well,
you
agree.
yeah, I
just
mean,
said,
the cream is always
Or
going to
how
rise
it's
to the
used,
top,
I
right?
guess.
In these situations, I
Mhm.
mean, it's not about the tool; it's about the person using the tool, right?
Mhm.
But I think a lot of people they kind of miss my point because for some reason I'm becoming the AI guy now, right? For some reason,
You keep sharing
and
AI videos. That's why.
well, it is mainly because I feel like most people are ignoring the writing on the wall here, man. Like you could try to fight it all you want, man. Like Thanos said, run from it, dread it. It doesn't matter.
AI still
It's
coming.
here. It's
it
not
is
it's not going
inevitable.
anywhere.
Well, that video that we just saw with The Rock and Timothy Chalamet and Jason Momoa, that was not just a one button. No one just prompted that and hit a button and it
No.
popped up. That
Mhm.
showed a lot of wit and verve. Whoever made
Mhm.
that had thought behind
Mhm.
them. And you know, I've been going on this. I created a 14 song. I'm not a musician. I only ever played trumpet in junior high school. I wanted to be Miles Davis and realized I just never could be, so I quit. But I made an album with AI. Now I'm making an app, and I'm doing a number of things and working in pre-production using AI. And I would say that the album that I made using AI was definitely a reflection of me. And I can say that I don't think anybody ever would have made the songs that I made because they were too specific. I mean, if you think someone's going to make a goth dirge about the alien in the Hyperion cantos that Dan Simmons wrote, well, okay, maybe somebody would, but in my case, I don't think anybody would. And when I worked on this record, which by the way, you can now get on Spotify, it's up to the audience to say whether they see any value in the songs. But I know in the process that I used as this tool, I made something that I thought was reflective of me. And I was surprised by that, which is why I did it. Now I'm seeing if I can make an app. Am I a programmer or a coder? No, but this is a skill set I would have had to have learned for a long. I don't have the skill set, so it's allowing me to bring something to making an app that I think only I would do. And while
Well,
I don't know how to code, I'm still using the tools to bring something from my perspective, which I think anybody should do.
and I
You
think
do have
it's funny you say that, Rob, because just from what you said right there, right? It reminds me of back in the day, right? In the early 80s, late 70s, right? When hip hop just started kind of, making its way up. Everyone was like, "Oh, this isn't real music. They're not even using real instruments. They're just spinning, records on a turntable, right? It's not a real art form." Flash forward to what
Mhm.
now? I mean, it's like the biggest music genre in the world. So yeah, everything starts somewhere, right? And it starts, with it's going to be crass, right? It's going to be a little crude. It's not going to look great, but eventually it's going to get there. And that is my point with AI.
And it is a tool. It does.
The same conversation were happening, back in the day with CGI over practical effects, and you had you look at Jurassic World where they use all CGI dinosaurs, in Jurassic Park we have practical effects and very little CGI in there. The practical effects still hold up. And now you have the Marvel helmets being CGI'd. Almost all of what was it? Ant-Man Quantumania was all done in front of a green screen, and you could totally tell it didn't look good. People want the actual helmets back instead of CGI helmets. And now it's gotten to the point where we have something like the Lion King live action where it's just all CGI and not actually animals. And everybody is just totally okay with that. They're calling all CGI live action. So I think that it's just the conversation. It's just a different tool now. Now it's just AI, right? It's just another
Mhm.
tool that can be utilized. Now, can it be utilized for, something terrible? Yeah, obviously, but I think it's something that you're just gonna have to get used to because it can be incorporated in something and it can make it look better or it can make it look worse depending on who's using it.
And depending on who and how you use it is again like a really the most important aspect of it. Like, how Robert is using it. I use it in a, I guess, kind of a weird way. I'm writing a comic book and I don't get started on concept art for another week. And sometimes I'm doing something and it'd be really helpful if I could just like look at the person I'm writing about or look at the monster I'm writing about. So I'll make a little AI character and put it up on my desktop and just kind of use that to stare at it, like have it there while I'm, writing. I know it sounds really funny, weird while I'm saying it out loud, but that's what I do. And it's helped because I can't draw at all, but I don't share it anywhere. I don't intend to use it at all, but it's given me something that I can look at while I'm writing.
100%.
Any sense?
Yeah, like AI. Look, I don't think we're never going to reach a point where AI is going to write a film by itself, make the film by itself on its own accord. That's never going to happen. Like, I mean, unless we're talking like 1,000 years in the future, but that's not going to happen. It's going to be utilized by human beings, right?
Mm-hmm.
What those human beings do with it is what matters. And I think that what it does is it evens the playing field, man, right? If I'm an independent filmmaker, but I don't have the resources of a major studio, AI kind of gives me a little bit of leverage.